Yeah, I just want to wish Gonzaga the best this season. Coach Few, we got a lot of respect for him and this program. You know, after the game and the handshake lines, coach was like, "Hey, Chris, thanks for coming here and playing the game." And I want to right back at you, Coach. Thank you for giving us the opportunity, and we'll have these guys back in Austin next year. And you know, sitting there last night watching Villanova play at UCLA, I just think it's what's right. It's what should happen in college basketball. You know, I think the best teams in the country should play real road games, and Coach Few's always been a guy that will do that, and we will too. You know, we look forward to playing a lot of games like this. And so I think it's just what's right for college basketball. It felt right last night watching that Nova UCLA game, and then tonight felt right. Now, I wish we would have played a lot better. I wish we would have, you know, put a better product on the court for all of college basketball fans tonight. I did think we had played a lot of grit in the second half and established some things that we certainly want to continue to establish as our journey continues. But you know, just congratulate Gonzaga on an early season, really good win. You know, I've been fortunate in my coaching career, coach places where we've developed a home court atmosphere, and it's as good as I've seen with that student section down the sideline. We had a great crowd the other night in Austin, and we're certainly striving to build something like they have here at Gonzaga in terms of student attendance. So we wish we would have played better. I know it was a big game for everybody in college basketball, especially coming after last year's COVID season. So we felt a great responsibility to play a good game tonight. It wasn't for lack of effort. Our guys were dialed in. It's a hurt locker room right now, but we'll be back. You know, I promise you that we'll be back.
Questions for Timmy, please?
Do you think you guys were a little bit caught off guard by just their aggressiveness, especially Drew's early on?
I just think we weren't as locked in as we should have been. I mean, we obviously studied very hard all week, but just simple mistakes. I mean, I made a big mistake on the first play of the game, and it's inexcusable as a leader on this team. I mean, we put all the preparation into it. I just think we had to come out just more aggressive. I mean, it was just something we talked about all week, and they took it to us a little bit early. So we just got to learn from that and come back better.
That said, though, the start of the second half was a huge change. You guys go right at the rim, you and Trey, and it was a whole different dynamic that gave you guys in the second half.
Yeah, I think just we're best when we're being really aggressive. I mean, we got a bunch of guys who are really skilled, and when we play well as a team and get it inside and out. And we just kind of had a reckless abandon at the beginning of the first half, and we got some stuff going. And we just got to continue to look to build off of that.
Timmy, what makes it so difficult to guard Timmy?
I mean, he's a load, man. He's true 6'10", he's strong. He plays his angles very well. He's not the most athletic guy, but I've never played someone like that. So a lot of respect to him. And it's hard to guard a guy like that when they have such good players around him too. So credit to them and credit to him.
Timmy, I know Coach said, you know, earlier this week, win or lose, you guys are going to be better from this. I know it's probably hard to digest now after loss, but you feel like playing in this environment against this team, this will pay dividends a few weeks down the road, a few months down the road.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, especially so early in the season. I mean, this is exactly what we could ask for. Obviously, we would want to win, not the outcome we wanted, but this is just something we could look to grow from. I mean, playing the #1 team in the country our second game. So we're going to be tested down the line time and time again. So we're just going to grow from this and look back on this and just be better.
Questions for Coach, please?
Chris, what'd you make of the first early few sequences? You know, Christian got knocked down, he got knocked down, and these guys were just going right at you.
Yeah, first 4-minute game was disappointing defensively. If I had to do it back again, I might have just spent every timeout I had. You know, I used to do that in the JUCO days.
Stop momentum.
It's the way to do it anyway, because you want to get the game over to get out of there. 8-hour ride home. CC's closes at 10. So now I wish I could have helped the guys a little bit more early. They got us on some simple pick and roll tags. We knew the first play of the game was going to be pick and roll, high lift. Coach does that all the time. We just didn't get it done from a coaching standpoint or a playing standpoint. Thought we scored enough points in the first 4-minute game. We were kind of trading baskets, but we couldn't have played any worse defensively the first 4 minutes of the game. But credit them, you know, I mean, they were really aggressive, obviously. Point guard special, he just takes care of the ball. He knows who he is. They know who their best player is, Timmy. You know, Chet might be the #1 pick in the draft, but I think he understands who Timmy is too. So they have an identity offensively. They have point guard play. They're really good. They're as good as advertised.
But
Chris, can you expound on what it's like to prep the scouts you take, see what Drew Timmy can do, and then actually go up and face him and see it up close?
Sorry, man, I can't hear you with that mask.
Zach, can you expound on what it's like to prep for Drew Timmy the way you did, tape and get as prepared as you can, but then you see him up close and see what they do right there in the flesh? How great a difference was that versus your expectations?
Yeah, well, I'm very familiar with him. You know, we recruited him. He's from Texas, so I've seen him play before. And I understand Timmy's thoughts here, but, you know, I kind of understood maybe a little bit more than these guys what we were getting into. He's a really good player. You know, tonight I think the adjustment they made, you know, they were feeding the post from the middle of the floor a lot. And we had some game plan stuff from the side, but we just couldn't hold him off in the middle. And then in terms of how you duplicate it or replicate it in practice, you know, you can talk all you want about Kevin McHale and pivots and pump fakes and all this, but until you see the skill that he has, it's hard. We actually had a multi-layered game plan. We just didn't get a lot done. You know, we had a few successful possessions within the game, fronting him, siding him, guarding him with different people, but obviously he was the best player on the floor tonight, no doubt about it.
why not run more doubles at him?
Because they have a lot of other good players around them. But no question, fair question, right? We probably should have. A lot of times we did, we were just making mistakes.
Two last ones.
Chris, you talk about the grit in the second half, and I mean, you shot the ball well, moved it well, settled in, but I think you cut it to 11 3 different times, but just couldn't get that stop or Gonzaga answer. I used to talk about those sequences where you cut it and then just couldn't quite get over that hump.
Yeah, that's exactly right. You know, people think of runs when you're coming from behind. We've had a few of these, just like everybody has. You know, it's not the offense. You know, you got to get stops. You know, while you're getting aggressive and while you're getting back in the game, you have to get stops, and we just couldn't. I think we missed like 3 kind of untimely free throws that then we can't get into our press. We had some things we wanted to get into in the made free throw. We missed the free throw. And just this early in the season, we're just not there in terms of playing together where we can do all the things we want to in these moments. But we'll get there for sure.
Last one.
But that said, what I asked Timmy though, the second half, you guys go at the rim, you get more shots in the paint. It's just a better overall mix is what it looked like. That's something you can build on, right?
Yeah, I think we were much more aggressive in the second half. I mean, we have really good players, guys. We have a veteran team. This group's got a chance to be one of the best teams in the country, just like Gonzaga is. I thought the guys calmed down a little bit. We got extremely aggressive in the second half, and we scored, almost 50 points in the second half. So I would agree that our defense, your offense has to help your defense. It didn't in the first half, and your defense has to help your offense in the second half. I mean, we were trying. We just got to get those timely stops. You got to catch a few breaks, and we just couldn't. Like the last play of the first half, we make the right play, and there's a loose ball, and they throw it in. So that didn't help either.
Thanks, all.